Let's take a drone shot. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Pinjore Gardens, located in the Pinjore city of the Panchkula district of the Indian state of Haryana. It's a beautiful garden of the 17th century. Lots of greenery out here, and it was built in the architectural style of the Mughal gardens by the foster brother of Aurangzeb, Fidai Khan. And the Pinjore Gardens have 7 different terraces. The first terrace is where the entrance is, which you see behind this building, and that's the highest terrace. That's where a small Mughal Rajasthani style palace along with a Hawa Mahal is located. That's what you see in front. And then you descend down the terraces. At the second terrace, we have this beautiful Rangmahal which is located. And down the line, there are other 5 different terraces, totally 7, which descend down the line, and each terrace has its own aspects. For example, there's a terrace out here which has this nice little fountain, and then there are nice little arch bridges out here. And then as you see further down the line, the terraces descend, and in one of the terraces there is a nice little water body with a square platform where the kings and the queens used to sit down and spend their time. And finally at the end there is one terrace where there is some kind of a theatre where the dance performances for the kings and the queens used to take place. Overall, this lovely architecture of the Mughal garden style which was used to build the Pinjore Gardens. And of course, it's flanked by these beautiful trees and dense groves and shrubs which make this place very peaceful and very serene, worth visiting. Now, these lovely Pinjore Gardens which you see all around with their beautiful trees and the fountains and the arched bridges, these were built in the 17th century during the reign of Aurangzeb. Now, Aurangzeb reigned as the Mughal emperor from 1658 till 1707. And these gardens were architected and built by his foster brother, Fidai Khan. The exact date or the year during which these gardens were actually built is not yet known. However, it is believed that it was in the earlier years of Aurangzeb's reign that these gardens were built. And when Fidai Khan built these Pinjore Gardens, he wanted to test them, and therefore he came over here and started residing over here along with his harem of queens. The local kings around Pinjore were very worried about the presence of the Mughal court out here. So they hatched a plan. These local kings hatched a plan to drive away the Mughals from here. It turns out that in the foothills of Himalayas, where these Pinjore Gardens are located, there were occasional instances of a disease called goiter, which is, I suppose, due to the lack of iodine in the salt, and which leads to the disfiguring of the body, the neck gets swollen and so on. So all these workers around the city of Pinjore who had this disease were sent to work at the Pinjore Gardens for the queens and for Fidai Khan. And soon the rumor went out that it's the air and the water of Pinjore which leads to this disease, and the queens were horrified because they thought that they'll also catch this disease eventually and will get disfigured. So they prevailed upon Fidai Khan to take them away from Pinjore back to their original palaces. Fidai Khan got duped and finally left this place, and these gardens were left abandoned for a while. And it was only when the Maharaja of Patiala of the Sikh dynasty took over these gardens and the Pinjore city. And it was only in 1914 till 1974 when Maharaja Yadvindra Singh of Patiala lived and reigned that these gardens were restored back to their original splendor. And that's why these beautiful gardens all around us are also known as the Yadvindra Gardens. To remind you, Maharaja Yadvindra Singh of Patiala was also the father of Captain Amrinder Singh, the previous Chief Minister of Punjab. And we are at the Pinjore Gardens in the Pinjore city. And the Pinjore city has a historic significance as well. Apparently, the five Pandavas from the epic Mahabharata spent some time of their exile inside this city, and therefore this city came to be known as Panchpura. However, over the course of time, the word Panchpura got corrupted and converted to be known as Pinjore. And that's where we are, at Pinjore city, in this beautiful Pinjore Gardens. Lots of people visiting the Pinjore Gardens today, and you see a group photo being taken. There's a heritage train which people can board to visit the nearby places, and it's called Maharaja Express. Now we are at the huge and the beautiful terrace of the Rangmahal, where I'm staying overnight along with John and Rimchim. It overlooks the gardens on both sides, and this is the only room which is present right bang in the middle of the gardens. It's a very coveted place. I got the booking. Let's go inside. It looks like a real and regal entry and a royal entry, if you will. And presently we'll go inside and see how this Rangmahal looks like, where I, John and Rimjim are staying. Looks beautiful as we enter, and the floor looks nice. The bed is big. It's much more than a king size, flanked on all the four sides with plush curtains hanging from the doors. There's a TV. There's an entry to the bathroom, and then the windows are also decked up with nice curtains. There's an AC and there is a fan which is whirring. Overall, the ambience looks very royal. The dainty lamps, and there's a nice sofa set available out here with a central table for the guests. And overall, there's a very nice place. It's quite old-fashioned. Doesn't have the amenities of the 5-star, but has a royal ceiling, which looks magnificent out here. And overall, a wonderful feeling. And this is the entry to the bathroom, which itself is quite a royal entry. It's got wonderful paintings, nice ceiling. Doesn't actually look like a bathroom, does it? It's again old-fashioned, slightly old buildings. There's a wardrobe out here, and there's a WC and the wash basin and so on, with reasonable plumbing. But you can't compare it to a 5-star. It's a very old building, shall we say. And of course, there's arrangement for the shower and the towels out here. But what impresses are these artworks on these walls, which you hardly get to see in a bathroom, do you? Again, some solid plumbing and arrangement for hot water, so you'll stay comfortably. But you won't find something like a hair dryer and stuff like that. But overall, a wonderful feeling at the Rangmahal and its charming lodgings. And it's amusing to see people clicking their photographs with Jhilmil. That is my Skoda Slavia. Well done, Jhilmil. And one of the advantages of staying at Rangmahal is that you can bring your car inside the gardens, which is an exclusive privilege. And as the evening settles in, all the lights, they deck up the whole Pinjore Gardens. And today, of course, it's almost a full moon as well. So that's adding char chand to the beauty of these gardens. But they look very beautiful, like a bride. And just below the Rangmahal, there's a very beautiful fountain which was making its sprinkling noise and looks very beautiful. So I peeked down and had a look at it. The whole gardens look very beautiful. I even, managed to take a drone shot. Let's have a look. And right in the middle of the Pinjore Gardens is this beautiful Jal Mahal, which is surrounded by these beautiful fountains and this nice little pond. And people click a lot of photographs out here, and here is one of ours. So overall, a lovely trip to Pinjore Gardens. These are beautiful gardens, and the ride from NCR till Pinjore is extremely smooth. There's plenty of parking out here. There is beautiful accommodation in the middle of these beautiful gardens where you can stay. There's a restaurant, there's a bar, there's a nice little heritage train for the kids. And overall, it's very serene and calm and peaceful out here. I would say, if you've got the time, you can actually stay for more than one day out here, and it'll be simply lovely. So I welcome you all to come to Pinjore Gardens and not miss out on these things of beauties right in our own country, which we sometimes tend to neglect. And I promise you, your wives and girlfriends would love coming to these Pinjore Gardens. I leave you behind with this nice little cameo from yours sincerely. This is Prashant signing off. जो बात तुझ में है तेरी तस्वीर में नहीं, तस्वीर में नहीं, जो बात तुझ में है तेरी तस्वीर में नहीं, तस्वीर में नहीं. Okay, stop.